4 Avengers randomly dying sounds more dumb than a toddler choking on a toy, because the Avengers are big, strong men and women who could eat you and poop you out and feed you to pigs. But even though 4 Avengers died here, just know it was a sacrifice, but also know that this sacrifice was more pointless than putting hot sauce on a ghost pepper. So if you feel dumb, prepare to feel smart in the Dark Ages comic series. So the story starts in the Disneyland known as New Jersey, where Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, MJ, and Peter's daughter May are chilling and having a jolly time eating some pizza, until suddenly, Peter was trying to get May off of the ceiling, and their spidey senses started going off louder than an iPhone alarm. And it was like a very severe spider sense, and everyone was confused about what the threat was and where it was coming from, but Peter doesn't have a lick of a clue. His only option is to go see the Fantastic Four. So without a second to waste, he started web swinging over there. Meanwhile, everyone else was alerted of this threat, villains were ready to yeehaw at the thought of destruction. Hell, even Moon Girl, the smartest Marvel character alive by the way, and her Goofy Clifford the Red Big Dog knockoff were ready to solve this issue. But they needed all the help that they could get, because everyone regrouped with the Fantastic Four and the world started to crumble like chapped lips. And Moon Girl and Reed's daughter Valerie dropped a bomb on them and tells them that this earthquake is from the center of the earth and it will end the world. And even though they've heard this sentence more times than they've seen their belly button, what makes this more serious is that the Watcher is here to help them and is also here to explain why the earth may reach its end. And it all started 10 billion years ago, the year a machine named the Unmaker was born. And this guy's sole task was to get rid of everything that was ever made and cover up the entire universe with darkness. But it wasn't until the Living Tribunal defeated the Unmaker. But apparently, instead of breaking this guy and chucking him into a black hole, he imprisoned the Scoober in the middle of Earth. And now the machine is waking up again and is going to tear through Earth and unmake everything. And now the heroes are meant to stop it. So they get together to assemble an esports team that could defeat the Unmaker. And they came up with this group of star pupils. And at first sight, this looks immensely overpowered. But just wait, you stinky skunks. Only one of these goobers are going to come out alive. But we're going to find out right now as they transport themselves to the middle of the Earth. And finally meet Mark Zuckerberg, who's making great progress at breaking through Earth, because everything on top of Earth is crumbling. And no matter who they call up, the X-Men, the Avengers, the Runaways, hell, even the champions, the Bubble Guppy champions, they can't even help put this world back together. So the 5 heroes need to act quickly, but also try not to die, because that is exactly what happened to the Thing. So Wanda decided to try to reshape reality, but the Unmaker just unmade the reshaping and then unmade Wanda. So a furious Vision kamikazes into the Maker and sacrifices himself to give Strange and Sue some time to stop this. And what Strange is doing is that he's trying to find a place where he could throw the Unmaker in there and he'll die immediately. And it turns out he found a world where there is no electricity. So it looks like the Earth was saved until the Unmaker heard this and stabbed Strange right through the ribcage. But it's too late. The portal was already open and Unmaker was getting sucked in, with Sue getting booted off back to Earth. But here's the issue. Since Strange is now dead, the portal can't close, and now the entire world is getting their electricity eliminated, which means half of the Marvel heroes are now useless, including Spider-Man with his web shooters, who falls face first into the ground and is panicking because his wife and daughter are probably dead. So he tries to rummage around the place and suddenly discovers his gigachad of a daughter is the one protecting his family. But you may be wondering, well, what's going to happen to the lack of electricity in the world? Well, 7 years later, Peter says that they rebuilt a new world, which is pretty anticlimactic, but at least it makes for a good story that can be told to these bastards. Now watch another video, butt plugs, and see ya.